Live Football here, Palace 1, Southampton 2. I'm joined here with Harry. Harry, what was your thoughts on the game today?
Actually, what was your thoughts on the game? Go on, let me hear yours.
What's going on?
I would like to say, even though I'll say it in my fan cam, I think that we didn't actually play too bad. We just gave away 2 mistakes. Southampton weren't too bad either. I don't think they played us off the park whatsoever, but mistakes win games. Lose games.
Was you watching the game? Didn't play too bad. Would you? I'm sorry. I want Vieira out. I've had enough of Vieira. He's terrible. Was you ever a Spurs game?
I had COVID.
We watched a Spurs game.
Yeah.
Every time, second half, what does he do? Fumbles the bag constantly. Palace need to do so many signings this summer. Goalkeeper, fullbacks, midfield, attack. We need Gallagher back. We're missing that central thing. It's like they're more focused on building a stand over players. We could be facing Ipswich in a few seasons. What's the point building 100 mil stand when you're facing Ipswich? Do you want to face Ipswich in a few seasons?
If they're in the Premier League.
It's like, look at Man City. They win the league season after season. They strengthen their squad. What do we do? I'm sorry, I was there for I watched the Fulham game. That was terrible. Spurs game. Spurs, we dominated them for 60 minutes. Second half, Guaita, terrible. Even Gay is losing his head. There's no passion. There's nothing there no more. And you say it was a good performance. Second half, we were 2-1 down and we still didn't dominate. What's the point of having the most? I like to personally say, I don't know about you, the most creative attack in the league with Eze, Zaha, Elise, even Edouard. For what?
It's got the attack's got potential, but I don't think it's ever really clicked properly.
We're in a relegation battle. We're at the cup. Our next 4 games. What's it? Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, and Brighton. Brighton are better than us. There's no competition.
Yep.
I'll be happy to pick up 1 point out of them 4 games. We're not picking up none. We're 3 points off Chelsea, who are like 10th in the league. I know they're not having the best season, but how many points are we away from relegation? We're not going to win. Palace are meant to be pushing for Europa League. We're meant to be coming to a big club. We've been in this league for a decade.
Yeah.
And what are we doing? What are we doing with this money that we keep staying in the league for? Buying who? Every summer, who do we buy? Fair enough, we got lucky with Eze and Elise. 2 championship players, potential, massive potential. It's just disappointing because bottom of the league, Southampton, Fulham, how we're not winning.
Do you think the last couple of games with how we've been playing is a massive message to Parish and Texas to say, look, we do need these players or it's going to happen? What you're saying, we're going to go down.
Parish needs to get his finger at his to say. Don't know if I'm allowed to swear, he needs to get his finger at
We get beeps.
he needs to pull one out. You can't keep going this way. What? He's focused on a stand. What's a stand going to bring? More fans. What? Facing bloody Reading next season. Then Ipswich. We get relegated. I'm sorry, we're done. Because Eze's not going to stay, Elise's not going to stay. Who's going to stay? Zaha definitely ain't. Edouard ain't. Even Mikovojevic ain't even going to stay. And he's the worst bloody player on the bloody team. It's like we're 2-1 down. He brings on Mikovojevic. Before Eze comes on, we had a chance. Elise was terrible as well today. Who was your man of the match for Palace today, please?
I couldn't.
Oh my god.
I couldn't give one right now. But would you say that maybe us coming out of the cup now, out of both cup competitions, we're out of both competitions right now, so we've got less games to play. Is that sort of a kind of a blessing in disguise? We can focus fully on the league now.
No, 100% that's a blessing in disguise because we need all the points we can get. We need the much trainers we can get. We're not good enough.
100%.
It's that simple. Parish needs to get. We need to get a manager. Tuchel's free. Why not get him? Vieira needs to go. I said this to Tristan. Vieira needs to go. I said this last week to him when I saw him. Vieira needs to go. It's the downfall for him, and it's not looking good.
In January, I know Parish said only loans. If you could get 2 positions, what are the main positions that you have to get in January?
Midfield and fullback. Like we're missing. I know I may get stick for this. I don't like the Decore. I'm the only fan who don't like the Decore. I don't think he's good enough. But last season when we had Gallagher, he was everywhere. We need Gallagher back. Put Chris left back or Mitchell and have Wan-Bissaka. We need to get Wan-Bissaka and Gallagher this season. That's my opinion. And then we focus on the attack a different season. because Gallagher, he can do everything. Look at that City game, for example, 1-3-2 at Etihad. Gallagher was everywhere.
1-2 now.
Was it 2-0? I thought it was 3-2. Must be season. I'm losing my head. My bad.
No worries.
But then our fullback's not good enough. Ward, Decline. Are they good enough? They're not even championship material. They're not even championship material. What do you want to do with that? And Ayu's performance today was shocking. And I normally rate Ayu. Poor. Absolutely poor.
Finally, before we round out, if you could give a man the match for Palace, who would it be?
Oh, hold on. The fans. Everyone else's performance was terrible. There was not one good player who stood out. Like Edouard's goal, that shouldn't have been a goal. Like Tristan said, it was terrible. Even my dad said it was terrible, it shouldn't have went in. But the fans were good. The players just weren't good enough. I couldn't give a performance for the players. They were all... Like Schlupp come on, what did he do? Give the ball away. Again, shock.
I think with our subs, we actually only... I think we replaced the whole of the midfield. You don't normally do that in a game. You normally leave someone in there to take a 90.
You took off Hughes and Decore. You took off Hughes, we lost. Hughes was actually having a good game. In fact, I'll say Hughes was the best player. He was having a good game. I know you're smiling at that. You don't agree with that. Who was your man of the match?
I don't know yet.
You don't know. As soon as you took off Hughes, it was it. That was it. Game just turned. And Southampton were poor. But we were even poor. It was just not good enough. For a Premier League club, I have high expectations for this. Building a new standard we're talking about for years. Trying to push Europa. For what? For that. You can't even get out of the third round of the FA Cup. And we're out the other cup as well. I'm disappointed.
Harry, it's been a pleasure up the Palace.
Yeah, up the Palace. Yeah, go on.
Pleasure, man.